What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I want to just share the 5 types of people that you should surround yourself with. 5 types of people to surround yourself with. Now, look, listen, when you want your life to go to a different level, if you want to become a better person, if you want to become a better leader, a better speaker, a better dreamer, a better writer, a better musician, better at anything, you need to get around people who think differently to you and who are better than you. This is the first step that you can take when it comes to raising your standards, and many people shy away from getting around different types of people who think better than them or who they perceive to be much more accomplished than they are. The reason is it can sort of bring out those insecurities in you that you don't want them to come to the forefront. What if people realize that I'm not as great as I thought I am, or what if you realize that I'm not at the same level as the people that I'm trying to reach? That is a very good way for you to limit yourself and the growth that you are looking for. And if you want to become better, you need to get around where it is better. And the people that you surround yourself with is who you end up becoming. If you surround yourself with 9 negative people, then you're going to be the 10th one. Birds of a feather flock together. So I know it's some people with New Year's resolutions, what do they tell you? I want to get rid of toxic people. What does that mean? I want to get around people who are good for my personal and mental development. And I've thought of 5 types of people that you should surround yourself with. The first one is the inspired. The inspired person is someone that has got that big passion, that cause, that why, that makes them so curious to go after the thing that they're going after, and the inspiration comes from within. And you know when you're around an inspired person, because that's all that they're thinking about and focusing on. And when they go after a task, it's not half-hearted. They go in all the way because they are inspired to do so. And if you get around a person that's inspired, they can spark that curiosity in you. They will force you to go and look at your own life and to go after things that are worthy to you, that are after your highest values. Because if you're inspired to do something, it's very difficult to quit. And if you're inspired, you end up putting in a lot of effort and a lot of work. And the harder you work, the harder it is for you to surrender. The harder you work, the harder it is for you to surrender. And they will spark this creativity in you and cause you to raise your standard because they are inspired. So get around a person who's inspired. Next type of person that you should surround yourself with is the motivated. The motivated. A person who is motivated does things that need to get done because they have to get done, and it's not predicated on whether they feel like getting it done or whether it's convenient to get it done. They get it done because they are disciplined enough to do so, and why that comes from the motivation. And that motivation comes from an external force. It comes to a grand vision, a grand plan. They're very intentional and deliberate, and they're moving towards it every single day. Come rain or shine, they're going off it because they are motivated to do it. And the person who's motivated has a plan. They go after it in a meticulous manner, and it doesn't matter if things are not going their way, they're going to go after it. So get around a person who's motivated. The next type of person that you should surround yourself with is a person who is passionate. A person who's got that burning desire, who absolutely loves what they do, that when that passion, that energy emanates from them every single day. Because think about a person who's passionate seems to be borderline obsessed with the work that they're doing. Have you ever seen a sports person play a certain sport and you can say this person is absolutely passionate what they do, and that passion sort of like rubs off on you? Or have you spoken to a person who's passionate about their job? Or have you spoken to a person who's passionate about another person maybe? And when you speak to that person, they speak with certainty, they speak with drive, they speak with energy, and they speak with such enthusiasm about the certain thing that they are passionate about, and they just do it with such a zest, and they're happy, they emanate happiness. So if you want to get around, to get more joy and more passion, get around a person who is passionate. Another type of person that you should spend your time around or get around is a person who is grateful. Get around a person who's always thankful for the things that are happening and things that are not happening. Because, let's be real. We all know those people, or maybe we are those people that like to complain about something. If you complain about something, you're not changing the situation, you're not solving the problem. If you complain, you are keeping in existence the thing that you're complaining about. If you're complaining about how terrible your job is, guess what you're making true? how terrible your job is going to be. If you're complaining about the government, you're complaining about taxes, you're complaining about the work culture, if you're complaining about how hard it is to get something done, or if you're complaining about just pretty much anything, because people who like to complain more than to go and solve their own solution, because some people get a sense of significance and worth from complaining. Because if they complain the most, that means they've got the most problems. And if they've got the most problems, that means they've got more problems than everybody else, and that makes them more significant than anybody else. So they get their source of significance from complaining. You know, those people that complain all this over and over and over and over again. So here's what you can do. You can make a decision to complain, or you can make a decision to do something about your situation. Right? One of my favorite bodybuilding personalities is Ronnie Coleman. Now, his story to become the Mr. Olympia, I know I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but I felt it's important for me to say this, is that he was a top pro, but he wasn't winning any of these shows. And there was a time when he was winning. I think he won 3 Olympias in a row. And at this time, the people were complaining that those people who do not get high placings in the shows, they're not getting any money, they're not getting exposure, they work so hard to not get any reward at the end of the day. And he said something that's very passionate. He said, nothing is ever going to be perfect. From day one, we'll be battling over this and battling over that. There's always going to be a problem. In 1992, I didn't place at all at the Olympia. I didn't get a dime, didn't get a dollar. I didn't complain. 1994, I didn't complain when I placed 11th. 1995, I didn't complain when I got 10th. 1996, I didn't complain when I got 6th. 1997, I didn't complain when I got 9th. The moral of the story is, why complain? If you have a problem with the sport that you're competing in, then don't compete. I didn't cry, I didn't get mad, I didn't complain, I just got better at what I kept doing, and I got better at what I kept doing, and I beat y'all. That's why I beat y'all. Just keep on complaining, and then one day you'll figure out, like a little kid, that complaining is not going to get you anywhere than where you're right now, in second place. So don't complain, do something that these group of people do. Be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful for the air that you breathe. Be grateful for the food that you can eat. Be grateful for the fact that you have hands. Be grateful that you've got eyes to see. Be grateful that you've got ears to hear. Be grateful for all those things, because you are taking for granted another thing someone is praying for. Think about it this way. We have been going through COVID for nearly over the past 2 years. There are a lot of people who didn't make it. There are a lot of people whose lungs were damaged. There are a lot of people who kind of can never breathe properly ever again. So think about it this way. If you've ever been through a hospital aisle, and sometimes you'll see in different wards people who need machines to keep them alive and to keep them breathing, and you're going to take for granted your ability to breathe. Don't be ungrateful. Be grateful for everything that you go through. Be grateful for the fact that you have family. Be grateful for the fact that you have money. Be grateful for the fact that you've got a mind that allows you to go seek opportunities to make the most of yourself. Be grateful for everything. The scripture says, in everything, give thanks, because when you are grateful, it is hard for you to be in a negative state. When you are grateful, you open your mind to the possibilities. When you are grateful, you open your mind to seeing things that you would not see if you are complaining all the time. And so get around the people who are grateful. The next type of person that you should be around is the open-minded. I heard a saying that is quite, I think it's a bit cliche. Your mind is like a parachute. It only works when it is open. So you need to keep your mind open. When was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you were open to a new experience, to speaking to another person, to learning a new language, to seeing someone's point of view? Are you the type of person who's open to being wrong? Because if you're open to being wrong, you're open to correction. If you're open to correction, you're open to growth. Are you those type of people? Are you the person who's open to looking for new experiences so you can grow and learn and succeed and get out of your box and not be a narrow-minded person? Because a narrow-minded person is not a person who's focused on their own growth. What type of person are you going to be? I would suggest you get around people who are open-minded. So we've talked about those people. We've talked about the inspired, the motivated, the passionate, the grateful, and the open-minded. How is it that you can get around these people? Find high performance environments. Find them. In this day and age of social media, it is easier than ever before to connect with someone. Find them on TikTok. Find them on LinkedIn. Find them on YouTube. Find them on Instagram, find them on Facebook, join Facebook groups, go and do a search of people around your area. Maybe this person looks interesting, this person's profile seems like I can learn a lot from them, and reach out to them, reach out into your social circle. If someone you know is motivated, get around that person that's motivated. If someone is inspired, get around that person. Because here's what happens. If you're around a person that's inspired, it brings out your need to be inspired. If you get around a person that's motivated, it brings out the desire for you to be motivated. If you get around a person that is grateful, you start practicing gratitude. If you get around a person that is open-minded, you go to get around a person that is open-minded. If you get around a person that's passionate, you start to become a person that is passionate. And one thing that you can do before you start looking for these people is make the intention for you to be what you are seeking. Because what you are seeking is seeking you. If you want to get around a person who's inspired, make the intention to be inspiring. If you want to get around a person who's motivated, make the intention to be motivated and motivating. Get the intention to be open-minded. Get the intention to be grateful. Get the intention to be passionate. And then you'll start start looking for these opportunities, start drawing them into your existence. Because you become who you spend around. You become what you think about. You become what you do. And if you start thinking about being inspired, passionate, motivated, open-minded, and grateful, then I promise you, your life will change. And then you will be like the person who's able to stick to this resolution of, I'm going to get rid of toxic people. The people who are closest to you, I promise you, have a huge impact on your life. So those are the 5 types of people that you should surround yourself with. Hope you enjoy this rant, this video, and I'll see you on the next one, whenever it is that I get it done.